Red light, stop your rumors. I stay on track like a box of Pumas. I just rock with Junior. I need over one city at a time.
Hey, boy up on the land till I die, till I die, on the east side till I die, till I die, rocking that wine and gold till I die, till I die, in the hood I'm good till I die, CLE till I die, everywhere I gon' puttin' on, puttin' on, everywhere I gon' puttin' on, puttin' on, everywhere I gon' puttin' on. Putting on, everywhere I gon' putting on, what you want? Step under the court like 2-3. I was made for the game like Kyrie. Representing for the city, I be. In the land is where you gon' find me. Courtside at the Q in the flow seat. Everybody in the team me. Green Bills, y'all know it's the green season. Catch me only at the shark scene. Whipping with the hot sauce like I'm street leaguing. And one though, on the flow going up though. 3 points to the dunk though. Me and Shove though. My city, been turned up on the jump though. Boy up on the land till I die, till I die. On the east side till I die, till I die. Rocking that wine and gold till I die, till I die. In the hood I'm good till I die, CLE till I die. Everywhere I gon' puttin' on, puttin' on, everywhere I gon' puttin' on, puttin' on, everywhere I gon' puttin' on, what you want?
Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on. Scared of heights, come face your fears. Hold up. Do it just like Nikki, gonna it over. Say she roll with me, she tired of being a loner. Young, but you know I'm ready. Oh, foreign girls call me. But I'ma get back to the point, baby, hold up.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Hold up. You drive me crazy. Number one, girl, you can't replace me. Lead a club, these bras be trying to chase me. Come roll with me in my why you showing up? Never. I'm taking them shots on my partners, they loaded up. No. Man on the low, all these be acting so material. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, we making noise. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, we them boys. Hold on, we making noise. Hold on, we them boys.
Do you recall not long ago we would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember? All we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on. What will we do when we get old? Will we walk down the same road? Will you be there by my side, standing strong as the waves roll over? And the nights are long, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you so, but still so down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keep scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, the 6 ain't friendly, but that's where I lay up. Lay up. I been Steph Curry with the shot, been with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pot, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the is, boy? OVO, man, we really with boy. Yeah, really with the. I should probably sign a hit, boy, cause I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you gotta chill. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in Nico basement, working on the phones. Either that or try the money mark to make the pickups. Man, it's 2008, I'm trying to paint the picture. Comeback season in the works, and now I'm thinking bigger.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. And they're starting off the season playing the 76ers here. Last season they won all 4 games, showing complete dominance.
And in their season series against this squad last year.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Noah, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Cantor's shot is off. And here's Bryant for 3. Shot is no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Millsap has the open look. They get the rebound. Outside Butler. Second shot opportunity. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
To the paint, stolen by Cantor. Sessions against Rose. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. On defense, Boston. Butler on the wing.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Rose kicks to Garnett. Millsap with the steal. Here's Sessions. Bryant with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And James gets it to go.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
And Sessions kicks to Harris. Pass to Cantor. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Cantor's got his second basket of the game.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Over to the wing, and Rose wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. 76ers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. There's a screen by Cantor. Here's Sessions. To the middle. It's deflected. Stolen by Noah. By himself. Oh, and the jam by Rose.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
And the 76ers with some changes. Robin Lopez is checked in for Cantor. Williams comes in for Tobias Harris. And Udrich in for Sessions. So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. Boston making some changes. Chandler comes in for Joakim Noah. And it's Green in for Kobe. The 76ers also with a sub. Garrett Temple has checked in for Paul Millsap. Here's Temple off the inbound, and he lays it up and in. Temple's got his first bucket of the night. Boston took a lot of steps forward last season with their coach Brad Stevens. Still, though, their defense was near the middle of the road. That will need some tweaking.
Yeah, and you could say that seemed to be the limiting factor, Kevin, in how far they eventually went. Strange, given how several years ago they were an offensive juggernaut.
And that one's good by Butler. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Outside Rose from deep. Green, and Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Yeah, you know, for the Celtics in their defense, a lot of it had to do with rim protection and challenging shots. They were actually last in the league in blocks.
Rose can't hit.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And that one goes long. Boston trailing. James outside. Feeds it to Chandler. Garnett with a screen on Butler. From past the arc. And it's James missing.
Yeah, and the Celtics averaged under 4 blocks a game last season, but blocks aren't the whole story. They let opponents get too many easy looks inside the paint. That's the real factor in why their defense was subpar.
On the wing, James. Fires for 3. That's good. LeBron's got 10.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
The shot's good from Lopez.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
And Butler, here we go. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time. And the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. With 2 seconds left. And it's good on the way in. Butler's got 7.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming on the court. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left without knowing that it was a place that we were going to stay together and really commit to.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks Boston is stockpiled.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his 2nd season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said.
Celtics foul call.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive guys on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Harris is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Udrich. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Evans in at the 5. Down low. Cantor checked in for Reggie Evans. And Udrich kicks to Sessions. Here's Millsap up and in on the layup. Millsap's got 4 this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And for LeBron James. A remarkable step. Greg, he had increased his field goal percentage for 7 consecutive seasons going into 2014.
Yeah, a steep decline last season, though, back below 50%. Was it just the challenge of new teammates and a new system, or the mileage he's accumulated? This season may start to answer that question.
Millsap misses. Celtics trail by 3. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Philadelphia.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Sessions dishes to Temple. And it's Harris off the drive. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
To give you an idea of how young the 76er point last season, Greg, Tim Duncan had more seasons played in the NBA than the entire active roster of the 76ers.
That's hard to fathom. I mean, we all know there's this youth movement going on in Philadelphia, but they still need some veterans in that locker room. Very hard for the young players to lead.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Outside Millsap. Now here's McLemore outside. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
And Temple kicks to Cantor. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Cantor's got 4 this quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Millsap left side. Right wing. And here's Rose outside.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside. And not a guy known for style points when it comes to throwing one down, but every once in a while, Kevin.
Greg, why don't we see more dunks like that from him? He's certainly got the size for it.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the fact he lacks a little dexterity and even creativity to be an elite finisher. Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
James outside. Launches it. Boston. No good that time either.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And Temple kicks to Harris. For 3, Millsap. And the 76ers get it back. The shot's good from Cantor.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Rose passes to James. He dishes it to McLemore. Out to the right wing. From deep, Rose. He makes that one drop. Only a second and 5 tries.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Elijah Millsap. Jerebko comes in for LeBron. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rose. And Beverley kicks to Ariza. Back to Beverley. There's Green with the three. And the Celtics hit again from deep. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, take it himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And Evans with a stuff.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Beverley. Oh, he hits it. How about that shot?
Big time.
And we finished one.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as a big night so far for Enes Kanter. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. He put last game's performance behind. That's going to do it for now as the second half is just...
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. It's been a clinic so far.
Discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys. His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been for... Mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Celtics. Patrick Beverley out there with Green. Then there's Jerebko. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Chandler in at the 5 spot. Beverley dishes to Chandler, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
The 76ers struggled last year, but it was mostly due to their offensive issues, Greg. At times, they could be okay on defense.
No doubt, Kevin. They've got a good group of rim protectors, and they also knew how to force turnovers, but they have got to improve offensively.
Count the bucket.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Harris. The drive by Cantor. Stolen by Beverly. One-on-one fast break. It's tipped. Sessions with it. Dishes it to Cantor. Puts up a three. Sessions no good. Celtics trail by 13. Green passes to Beverly. Puts up a three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Millsap's got his fourth rebound in this one. Cantor with a screen on Beverly. Butler. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. Sessions has got 4 assists now tonight. Chandler gets to Ariza. Back to Chandler. Hits the three-point bomb. Chandler's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the three ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
The drive by Cantor. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And the 76ers lead by 14.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
The Sports Pregame Show.
This is
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Boston playing for the home crowd again tonight. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors. This team matched up so well during the regular season last year, splitting their 4 games. This should be a terrific battle.
2 division rivals facing off tonight. They'll see one another 4 times this season.
This is definitely the first of many tonight. And in these first games, you always try to set the tone and take that mental and psychological edge.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Durant is out there with Powell. Then it's Tony Parker. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Hood in at the shooting guard position. Here's Anderson, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Toronto.
Boy, Chris Anderson, certainly one of the more colorful players we have in the league. Kind of took over where Dennis Rodman left off. A high-energy forward who can rebound and defend. And he's got a tattoo parlor going on, too.
And talking about Chris Anderson, he was actually out of the league for a couple years, reinstated back in 2008, and apparently the time off helped. He finished second in the league in block shots going back to that season.
And Kevin, the thing I remember most about Chris Anderson, the 2005 NBA Slam Dunk Contest. He unsuccessfully tried the same dunk 8 times. Count them, 8. A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Parker, good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
So it's Toronto now, following the bucket by the Celtics. The offensive rebound, and Stoudemire slams it in.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
The kick out to Bryant. Pass to Garnett. And here's Rose outside. Toronto grabs the miss. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, foul trouble early on, I thought, set the tone in that game, and it just made it difficult for them to get over the hump.
Yeah, it really got them out of sync, and that hurt them big time. Forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they would have liked to.
LeBron with the bucket.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Parker with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Rose against Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Stoudemire. The rebound by Anderson.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Here is Durant following the bucket by the Celtics. And there's the call on James. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Now here's Jennings. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana. The 3 from Korver. And again, Toronto no luck. The Celtics have gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Kobe with the bucket.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now here's Korver. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Korver with it, defended by Bryant. Anderson with the block. LeBron dishes to Garnett. Launches a 3. James, no good. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach, really known as a defensive specialist. But once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Jennings drives in. Anderson with the block. Boston's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Feeds to Rose. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
9 seconds left to play here in the first. There's the pick, and a wide open look for James. And Kevin Durant always in the gym, always working to improve. We asked him where that is. Year-by-year improvements until he became the best player in the league and won an MVP. Now the challenge, Greg, is to get back to that level after the injuries. Obviously, I think we all feel it is possible for him.
And you're absolutely right, Kevin. I mean, he's definitely proven in terms of the talent, the skill, and athleticism. What we find out now after dealing with the adversity is, does he have the heart and drive and that competitive spirit to be considered still among the very best?
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Boston?
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Parker out there with Hood. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Powell in at the 4-man position.
Kyle Korver, a true laser. I mean, the most efficient catch-and-shoot jump shooter in the league, and maybe in league history. He tallied the second ever 50-50-90 season a year ago.
KG, that's good.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Parker with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. And Spates gets it to go.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
To the left side wing. There's Rose with the 3. Raptors trail by 3. For the 3. The putback slams it home for the putback.
That kind of putback turns a simple rebound into a highlight play.
He assaulted the glass, you're right, then assaulted the rim.
Yeah, straight bringing the hard hat on that one. That's what you like to see on the backboard.
The Celtics working the ball around now. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. Rose has got 13.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basket. Basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
And Toronto making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. Parker kicks to Powell. And again, no good by Toronto. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Biyombo is checked in for Powell. Durant comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Jennings in for Hood.
And, you know, for the Celtics at home, they were able to get wins by playing tough defense in front of their rabid fans. Their offense virtually the same as when they were on the road. The defense was the difference at home.
And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. Jennings kicks to Biyombo, and he goes in for the dunk. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Left side, Durant. Jennings wide open. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Jennings has got his second basket.
And as you said with the Celtics, it was the D at home that helped them get wins here. They'll want to be better than one game over 500 this season to get back into the postseason. Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And Chris Anderson picks up the